Alright, welcome back to the Castlevania Ravenloft RPG. We last saw our adventurers fight a classic Castlevania set of bosses, Gaibon and Slagra. Good job defeating them and coming out alive, although Elias, the last time we saw you, you were jumping into a wall of green flame.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get to that, let's check back in on Jack Motley. Last time we saw Jack, him and Emil the werewolf were crossing a bridge, and the huge beating of wings and wind started to blow the snow and the fog around, and he saw the biggest bird anyone could ever conceive. It's like the size of a commercial jet. It's huge. Jack, you have a perception score here. You can't join us in Fantasy Grounds, so I'm just going to look at your passive perception and just confirm again that your passive perception is only 13. So you are caught unaware. Let me make sure that Emil doesn't see what's about to happen. Yeah, his passive perception is not enough either. Jack, you are going to need to make well, actually, let's see if it hits you first. Although the giant bird rises in front of you, that's not the immediate threat to you. You are being assaulted by something I really wish you could see here on the screen. You can go to the stream, though, right? Can you go ahead and go out to the stream on Twitch? It's Zombie Mike on Twitch.
I'll look.
Yeah, just let me know when it's on there. Look at Brainiac peeking in.
Yeah.
I thought about inviting Brainiac tonight.
The more birds, the merrier, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But it's hard to plan those kinds of things because I never know where you guys are going to get to, and I don't want him to have to just take a back seat the whole time like Logan did all last week. Sorry about that, my friend.
Not worried.
Yeah, normally I like to juggle if you guys are split up, rounds between you two, but I really wanted this reunion to happen at the Giant Bird. So let's see if we can make that
Okay.
happen. All right. All right, so you're on the Twitch now, all right?
Aye.
All right. Well, this is a giant evil goat that is charging you, and you didn't see it coming. At the last minute, you heard foot clomps among the terrible winds created by the beating of the wings here. This goat stands about 9 feet tall. It's huge, and you're not surprised you didn't see it because its color blends in quite well with the surroundings. It's attempting to charge you, so let's see if that actually hits. By Mr. Jeeves. I did something wrong there in that. Mr. Jeeves, how did I make you attack Jack? That's not what happened. What I meant to do was... And now the music cuts out. That's
Maybe it's called Jeeves too.
Okay, here we go. Jack, it rolls and it misses you, actually. That really sucks. It only rolled a 6 plus its modifiers, so my rolls tonight are starting out low, but Jack, you just barely hear the clomping of giant hooves before you realize there is a ram charging at you. The ram misses you, however, and it looks like it passes you a little bit. You can take an attack of opportunity. I'm going to assume that you had a weapon at the ready.
Call it the Mace of Terror for right now.
All right, Mace of Terror it is. Let me look in your actions here, and I'll roll that for you. Mace of Terror is at a +4 gun against the giant goat, and you hit it. Yes, you did hit it. All right, so you're going to get to damage it with
I think it's hard to miss.
1d6 plus 1 bludgeoning magic damage. Excellent.
I would think so.
Ooh. Yeah, a total of 13 hit points of magical bludgeoning damage. And let's see, does this weapon have any... it says...
The only abilities it have
It's got
are
3 charges. You can use an action.
Yeah, but I have to.
Okay.
I've got to activate it.
Right.
They're
Wave
not
of
passive.
Terror. Gotcha. All right. So now we will roll initiative. That was a surprise round. I will roll initiative for you, my friend. Let's see here. I'm not used to character sheets. I'm used to NPC sheets.
I like how
First thing Jack is going to do is going to be turn to Emil. Can you handle the goat? I got the bird.
Emil says, "You want me to handle the goat? Gotcha." And he's squaring up and getting ready. You did not beat the rook for initiative, however, so it's going to go first.
Rook? Oh! Rook? Rook?
Rook? Rock? I think it's rock.
Rock.
Is it
It's
rock?
rock. It is rock.
Okay. Why is it not letting me move off Mr. Jeeves? Come on. There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah, it really wanted you to have a turn there.
Because he's an eager thief.
That's right. Sticky fingers.
All right. Well, the bird actually reaches with its talons and flies down to the giant goat. So it's going to attempt to use its talons, and it hits. All right. So it actually grabs onto the goat, and then it, of course, it's going to damage that. All right. Yeah, you see the talons of this thing dig into the goat. Emil kind of takes a step back, and then you see the beak. The beak hits as well, and it begins to try to devour this goat. And it killed it. Yes. It has killed the goat. It reached down there with its talon, dug into the goat, plunged its beak into its neck, and it is now flying off with the giant goat. Emil has the opportunity to... well, no, actually he's not in range. He doesn't have a weapon. So yeah, that's turn. And next up is Emil, and Emil just looks at Jack and shrugs.
Okay, so it looks like the rock is leaving?
Yeah, it looks like it's leaving.
Well, shit, I was all ready for this huge fight, and
well, I mean, you can fight it if you want to.
I kind of want to, because I'm pretty sure I can take it.
All right, Jack. Well, it's your turn now. Emil doesn't quite know what to do. He's kind of just shivering in the cold.
Emil, Think it's gonna come back and try and eat us?
It looks like it's busy at the moment. It's cold out here.
Yeah, but
I'm changing. And you see him almost instantly transform into a hybrid-type werewolf.
Okay, I'll change too, but I guess I'll let the rock go. It can live another day. I was...
So sorry to disappoint you, man.
Maybe there's some goatlings around.
No, you don't understand. I've been thinking about this all week. But
I don't know if he can kill a named giant evil goat in one turn. I don't know how your chances are.
oh, I'm not going to kill it in one turn. I did the math. It would take about 15 to 20, depending. But
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds pretty involved.
oh yeah, I was ready. I had a plan. Multi-steps. Many parts.
You might get to use that eventually.
I honestly thought the goat would pose more of a threat, but
Apparently not.
yeah, yeah, that didn't work out too well for the goat. Legendary goat, my ass. Okay, so yeah, let's take a moment and find out what happened to Elias. Unless
Well,
you have...
hang on.
Okay.
I changed into the hybrid bird. That's really it for now.
All right. It's not much warmer. You're still extremely cold. You think it's going to be exhausting soon.
Just look at Emil and be like, "You furred types, you get all the luck."
He just cries
And
a
then-
little.
Prestidigitation, and I got candle flames on the end of each fingertip.
Okay. You don't have fingertips, do you? In this well, yeah,
I've
you
got-
do. You do. You have talon.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I'm seeing what you're putting out there.
And just use that to kind of move around my body and keep it warmer.
Interesting. Okay. Unconventional way of warm, but slightly effective, I suppose. Speaking of warmth and fire all over our bodies, Elias emerges from the other side of the green flame. Exactly where you would expect if you were to just pass right through it. It hurt a lot, but you think that the worst is behind you, and Esmeralda is barely visible through the obscuring flames, trapped on the other side. And you, my friend, have taken quite a bit of fire damage.
Yes. Well, Elias is going to take a few moments to kind of make sure he's not on fire. He probably rolls on the ground a few times. Tries not to think about what he just did, but is grateful he's alive. Doesn't see anything else yet. Doesn't see Alexandra. Doesn't see Esmeralda. But he will stand up, try to gather himself, and before he does anything else or speaks to her, he'll do a perception check on the other side of the flame. Not very good though. Fittingly so.
Yeah, you really can't see much through the flame. You would imagine that she's not able to see you very well either.
I mean, looking around besides at the fire. I mean, like around his.
Oh, you mean on this side of things?
Yeah.
Sure. Let me bring that map back up.
It's a big map.
Yeah, I should have actually had you guys on the screen before I did that. Yeah, just kind of move down a bit and you can see where
I
everybody's
got
at.
it. Yeah, I got it.
Sure. Okay, so you're on the other side of the flame now.
Yeah, I can see it this week.
Yeah, I reset a bunch of stuff in hopes that it would work this week. So I'm glad it's working this time. No
All right,
technical
so
difficulties today.
So I can see the cliff sides and I can see the guard tower, but no details about them probably.
Well, I mean, you can see the guard tower pretty well. I can describe it again if you want.
Yeah, please.
Sure. All right. So, let's see. I managed to lose that description.
Watch out! Move.
Where are you going?
Well, poops.
Don't stomp on the pile. Say what?
Sure. Okay, so the guard tower looks like it's made of white stone, and it's topped by golden statues of mighty warriors. There is a door on the lower level that looks to be. I can't remember if Logan left it open or closed, but you can see there's actually some trails in the snow. It looks like someone has recently traveled past the door and to the north.
Interesting. So first thing Elias does is he calls out in the loudest he can. He says, "Everyone, I made it through. I'm alive. I am quite hurt, but I survived the fire." And he intends for the other people on the other side to hear him until he tries to speak more directly to Esmeralda. And he says, "Esmeralda, can you hear me?"
And she acknowledges, "Yes, I can hear you just fine."
Okay, I've made it across. I'm hurt quite badly. I would not blame you if you'd prefer to wait and see if we could do something about the fire before you try yourself. I imagine you would survive it if you tried what I did, but I wouldn't recommend it, of course. Certainly not if you want to risk it.
Well, I'd rather not. If you could find a way to turn this off.
Yes, that is my intention. I don't want you to have to go through this. And I was thinking perhaps that the rest of the party might be able to find something before I had to do that, but they didn't seem ready to go ahead. So I'll meet with the rest of them, then we can look ahead. And if we don't find something soon, we'll come back to check on you.
All right, I'll wait here. And
I think you'll be safe in there at least.
Elias, you see to your right, Alexandra is putting up her bow and pulling out a hand axe from one of the demons.
Elias notices that, and he thinks for a moment and shakes his head. What would she be doing with a bow and an axe? All right, but he doesn't say anything to her though, because you know he knows how Alex can be very sure of herself and what she does, so he doesn't bother. And waits for her to gather her belongings and waits to see if the others join them.
Sure. Okay, Mark. What do you want to do? You and Van Richten are on the other side of the portcullis, which is closed.
Yeah, I need to find a way to get that victim through.
He didn't have a lot of luck climbing up last time,
No, he's got no luck. So
and
we
even
need to
worse
find a way-
luck coming down.
So this flame's obviously magical. We need to find some way of dispelling this stuff. I'm guessing you don't have any kind of dispel kind of magic.
And no one in the party here. Esmeralda would have already
Yes.
tried last time that she discovered this place.
Jack Jack didn't have anything either. He was here before as well.
About Van Richten.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Yeah, that's happened off camera as far as you guys know.
I'm relatively certain a minor dispel would work just fine, but
Yeah.
Van Richten says, "There's nothing I can do about the flame."
So, I guess the only option we have then is I've got to help Van Wixen over the wall while you heal the crap out of Esmeralda while she jumps through the flames.
I just made a plan with her that we were going to wait to see if we could find something to stop it up ahead.
Okay.
Cut it off. If we can't, we'll encourage her to go through the fire. I don't think she's crazy about it.
Sure. Alright. I'm going to try and assist Victorio over the wall.
Okay. I will do a climb check for him. Starting to get a lot of stuff pulled up on my screen here. Close some of these windows. Alright, so strength check. Oh, or I guess it'd be athletics, huh? It doesn't matter. He actually rolled an 18. So even with his lack of strength, which is actually a negative modifier, he is able to, with your help, get up without even needing to roll for advantage with you helping him. Alright, so you guys get up, and then it's less of an issue for him to get down properly with a bit of rope. I think that rope on that side was severed, but it was severed down at the Alexandra end, so he can go down that.
Yeah. Yeah, just a quick push report. Yeah.
Yeah, you could heal him, I guess, or he can heal himself. He's already been through a lot.
Yeah, no, help him down.
All right, yeah, you guys are on the other side now, safe and sound. Everyone's reunited except for Esmeralda.
Okay, so Elias fills them in on what he just talked to Esmeralda about, how they would look ahead for a little bit, and if they don't see anything for the fire, they'd come back and get her.
Yeah, so where are you searching for?
So first, the natural idea would be the guard tower.
All right.
Yep.
Well, once you get to the door, a cold hearth stands across from the door, the wind howling down its chimney. A stone staircase is on the south wall, and 3 windows look out over a foggy sea.
Okay, sounds like he went in there then. So I'll stand in the center and see if I can roll to see if anything else is in here.
Sure, just a perception check.
Right.
Ooh, no. Nothing of note.
Elias motions Jeeves to come in and look behind him, see if he can find anything.
Sure.
You're really confident that there's nothing on that floor of any value or interest.
Can I hear any signs of movement anywhere?
You hear the howling of the wind, and the snow's coming down pretty hard, so...
Okay, no signs of any kind of traps or anything?
No traps.
Okay, Elias will go upstairs then.
Sure, on the upper level, it feels like an icebox in here, with windows set in almost every wall. A rusted iron ladder bolted to the floor and ceiling leads up to a wooden trap door. Mounted above the stone hearth is a direwolf's head. The wind coming down the chimney howls in its stead.
Okay, I'll roll perception in the center of the room as well here.
Okay. Ooh, a 20. And a 23. Yeah, you think that the wolf head looks a little suspicious.
Okay, Elias will check out the wolf head.
It looks like a mounted taxidermy direwolf head. It's really big. What would you like to do with it?
Look at his mouth.
All right. Well, you want to stick your hand in there, or just? I mean, you've
no,
already looked at
maybe-
it pretty close.
Maybe poke it with my sword.
All right. You poke it with your sword. Nothing happens.
Elias does get the feeling, as Mike kind of hinted, that something was off or different about the wolf head. Elias tries to take it off the wall.
All right. Whenever you grab it and just kind of move it to lift it up, you can see it's actually attached to the wall, like in some sort of mechanical fashion. So you'd really have to rip it off. Basically, you'd have to destroy part of it to rip the head off.
Mechanical fashion, so it's like a lever, maybe?
It's like it's installed. It's not just hung there like a decoration. It's part of the wall, aside from the head itself. But the mounting of it seems to be pretty sturdy.
Interesting. Let me try. So I'm gonna roll like a, let's see, maybe investigation to see if there's anything like a mechanism around it or involved in the wolf's head.
Well, perception-wise, you're just going to have to tell me what you want to do with the wolf head. Moving it off, you think that you could probably break it off the wall if you wanted to. But, yeah, you just tell me what you'd like to do with it.
Yeah, I think Elias is going to try to break it off the wall, because he's rather desperately looking for some kind of lever or mechanism to help Esmeralda out.
Sure. Well, it definitely looks suspicious, especially since it's so sturdily set in the wall. And when you start pulling and twisting at it, you actually manage to kind of break the wolf head part off of its mount. The mount's still there, but you see that his jaw kind of doesn't move with the rest of the head. And then by you moving the head more, it moves the jaw. And when it lowers, you think it may have changed something.
Lever.
And as Elias does this, and he notices what Mike just said, he says to Jeeves, "I wonder if that controls the portcullis." I'm going to check up this ladder and look around. So
Okay.
that's what Elias does.
Give me the wolf head then.
Okay, you can add one jacked up, broken taxidermied wolf head to your inventory.
That guy takes everything, doesn't
I
he?
thought it was still attached to the wall by that.
No, he pretty much just ripped it off.
It's not in good shape, I don't think.
Yeah.
Anything inside?
It's not
Wolf
completely
head?
off at this point, but if you want to remove it, he's definitely got it to the point where you can do that.
It might warm you up a little bit and put it on your head. I don't know.
Oh,
It is. It does look cool. If you want to make some awesome headgear out of it, that would be great.
let's do that.
All right. Well,
Jeeves the
while
scary wolf
Jeeves
thief.
instantly begins crafting an awesome little headwear from the direwolf head, you ascend the ladder and push up the hatch. You see recent signs of people being up there in the snow, despite it falling heavily. It's not completely obscured enough. You can see one person has completely bare feet and the other in boots. But at the top of this is 10-foot-tall gold-plated statues along the battlements, and they're facing outward. Each one depicts a female human knight holding a lance, and the cold wind stirs the snow under which you see human skeletons clad in rusty mail.
Does Elias notice any traces or signs or like feathers or fur from Emil and Jack on the ground, or just the footprints?
No, just footprints.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think they transformed either. Yeah. So he notices just the general surroundings, but then he looks over to where the gate is at, to the fire and the portcullis, if he could see if anything's changed down there.
Well, it's hard to see from that side what the portcullis would do. You can see the flames easily, but it's not really apparent if the other side is up or not.
Okay, so he'll come back down though.
Okay. As you come back down, you pass a Mr. Jeeves with a direwolf head on the top of his head. Its upper fangs kind of above his forehead, and yeah, it looks like Mr. Jeeves has a great new hat.
That's quite something, Mr. Jeeves. Not great for sneaking around, I would think, but quite intimidating.
There you go. Kind of grab a fang and like doff my hat.
All right. I think at this point, Rictavio and Sunraiser, Alexandra, would have heard that Esmeralda has exclaimed that the portcullis is up, but she needs to get across somehow. So they're reporting to you, hey, portcullis is up. We got to get Esmeralda on this side.
Cool.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So
I'll make haste.
I wish you guys had done this before I jumped through the fire.
Yeah.
Hindsight. It's a wonderful thing.
I encourage you guys to go and look around.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna shimmy over the wall.
Sure. Well, Esmeralda's going to make a climbing check here. And
I'm gonna assist
with
her.
yeah, with advantage, so thanks to your assistance. It doesn't look like... Well, let's see here. Oops.
Whoa, that's a lot of advantage.
I double-clicked it for some dumb reason. So it rolled 3 times. However, no, that was your perception roll, actually. A 14 was what she got with the advantage. Huh. I was not expecting that. She actually failed. I'm going to say she tried again with that second roll, though, and that one succeeded. So, yeah, she has a little bit of trouble at first. She gets a bit up, and then she slips, not really wanting to depend too much on anybody else. But then after she fails once, she eagerly takes your assistance, and you go up together, and then she goes down the rope. So everybody's on the other side now. Everyone's reunited.
Party. Alright, cool.
Ah, yes, there you are. Glad you made it, Esmeralda. I found a mechanism of the guard tower that raised the portcullis, thankfully.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to suffer through that.
I'm glad you didn't as well. I think it may have been a useful experience for me. I feel I'm very steadily overcoming my fear of flame, perhaps through forced encounters with it over many dire situations. Alright, so I guess we shall continue onward.
All right, northward you go, and you see a giant bird clawing a huge goat, 9 foot tall goat, through the air and away from you. And you see a werewolf and a were-raven who have noticed your presence. Jack, go ahead and take it from here.
Oh.
I think he's muted on Discord.
Uh-oh.
Jack.
Jack, we can't hear you, buddy.
Mute, 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 mute.
Well, the sight of a werewolf was it's not expected, and you generally think that the werewolves and the ravens don't get along, so it's odd seeing two together like this.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I've just come to expect that Jack will do bizarre stuff.
At this distance, you're not quite sure if it's Jack or not.
Oh, okay.
You can assume. I mean,
Oh yeah.
But we're not expecting to see Jack. Elias readies himself to attack, but he doesn't know if he should yet or not, so he's just kind of standing at the ready.
sure. I'll also update our map. Let's see.
See, my wolf head is good.
Yeah. You are quite sneaky, sir. You are a sneaky, sneaky individual. Alright, I'll go ahead and start moving everybody around on the map where they belong. Actually, I think they got past the first gatehouse.
What? Hi.
Hey, there you are.
Yes.
Hey, there's Jack.
You see the party in the distance coming behind you as the giant bird flies off into the fog and the snow.
Okay, I recognize them. Have they seen me?
They have seen you, but at this distance, all
They
they can
don't
do
notice
is
you, though.
assume that Were Raven is you, because you're one of the only Were Ravens they know. But you're standing next to a werewolf, and it's a little crazy. That not a sight that you see every day. Neither is the giant bird carrying off a 9-foot tall goat.
That's a big bird.
Okay. Before they get here, grab a meal gently, step back behind a pillar, and in front of us, minor illusion of snow falling.
In between you and them?
Yes.
Okay. The snow picks up heavily between the figures that you see in the distance and yourselves. So Jack and Emil are under total cover of the weather.
Elias says to the rest of the party, I know we all just saw that with the giant bird and the goat, and I can scarcely believe that either of those things exist. But was it just me, or did you guys see perhaps a werewolf and some kind of jackish creature, or not? I can't see anything now. Was it just me?
Rictavio and Esmeralda were kind of in the back, so they just kind of shrug and said, "We didn't miss the bird, but that goat, that was the one we saw last time we came up here."
Ah, yes, I remember you mentioned the goat. Seems like it was no match for the giant bird. Animals grow quite large around here, I see. Elias takes another step forward, but doesn't go any further than that. He's still trying to stare through the snow because he thinks he saw somebody, but there's nothing there.
What about you, Jeeves? Do you have an answer for Elias?
Not really.
Okay. Jack, what do you want to do now?
Elias will call out also before, since he's not moving, he will say, is someone there?
Put my hand in front of Emil's face and whisper to him, "These are my friends, let's give them a scare."
I figured you were doing that.
God. You can also tell me these things privately if you want. Just say.
I mean, it was obvious enough. But, okay,
Yeah.
So Elias will start moving
I didn't
forward. Elias will start slowly moving forward and kind of like holding his hand behind him as he goes. He's not in great shape, but he feels like he should take some initiative here.
I have my weapon primed, but
So one square at a time, Elias is advancing and looking around him very carefully because he's worried about A, giant animals, and B, the figures that he thought he saw recently.
All right. Sunraiser is also going to come up with you guys. Esmeralda and Van Richten are going to hang back a bit.
What is to the left and to the right here, Mike?
Oh,
Is it
just like an endless gorge that falls off into mist. You have no idea how far it is below you.
No, I mean like the little square things, like the.
Oh, each square's
little-
5 feet.
No. I mean, there's like an outpost thing on each side of the bridge on either end.
Sure. These arches, it looks like the snowy pass comes to a gorge spanned by a stone bridge, and each end of the bridge has these 30-foot tall, 30-foot wide stone arches. And
Okay.
atop these arches are 2 statues of armored knights on horseback with lances charging towards one another. And it looks like there's actually a way into those small little areas.
Yeah, I was asking because it looks like you can go in
Yeah,
there.
you can actually go inside the arch.
Okay, he won't do that though. He'll make note of it in case he needs to retreat against what they're.
As they pass us by,
You haven't
Jack
passed you
will
yet.
say, "Huh? Okay, fine."
Yeah, I'm like 10, 15 feet away from you right now.
Oh, actually, he said that he wanted to get behind a pillar. I'm gonna guess that the pillars were the arch, so they'll just be there then.
Okay, now I'm 5 feet away from Jack. I'll be occupying his space the next time I move.
Yeah, so if you're gonna do something,
Just
Jack,
before he occupies the space, all of them hear, aside from Jeeves, in their head, "What are you doing on my mountain?"
Okay, whose voice do they hear? Just the voice they don't recognize?
it can. I don't know. I don't know if your mental telepathy. I've never experienced mental telepathy.
We've talked about it before, and the idea was kind of like Jack could, like it kind of like Jack's normal voice, I think, is what we came up with, but like he can modulate it and make it sound different.
Sure, it sounds like Jack doing the impression of someone else. So, roll a wisdom score for anyone who cares to guess who the voice might belong to.
All right, I have 20 wisdom, so it should be.
You
good.
failed.
Oh, we both failed.
Wow.
Like I said, except for Jeeves, he hears something totally different.
All right,
go ahead.
Jeeves. You can type
For
it
him,
to
it's,
him.
"What are you wearing on your head?"
Mr. Jeeves, you
Save.
do not recognize. Well, actually, it depends on Jack's role, which I'll have to do. This is going to be bluffing. What do we got here? Deception. Yeah, he's got a +6 in that. So, oh yeah, you guys are completely deceived. Jack has concealed his voice. Jack, do you want
Okay.
it to be in your voice for Jeeves or disguised?
Creepy rock god mountain voice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely got my weapons ready.
All right.
So, since Elias's wisdom checks were so low, he doesn't get it anything. He doesn't understand it at all. He would be able to put it together under normal circumstances that Jack is messing with him, but he's looking all around him now, and he's a little freaked out, and he doesn't know if he wants to identify what they're doing there because they're going up against Strahd. But
Well, let's see. What would Alexandra do? WWAD.
Something like show yourself and fight, coward, blah blah blah, or something like that.
I don't know about that. We'll just skip her. All right, Jack, you're not getting a lot of conversation back from your impressive questions here.
This
Emil,
goat will not sate me forever. Answer quickly. Foolish mortals.
Yes, the same successfully deceptive voice rings in your heads.
I'm gonna roll wisdom again.
You've already failed it.
Elias says, "What manner of spirit are you, good or evil?"
Good or evil are concerns of mortals, not of gods and spirits.
I just want to sprint across the bridge.
Yeah, I think Elias is gonna start moving now. Yeah.
Okay. Emil decides to have his turn scaring everyone and jumps out from the wall of snow, roaring as a werewolf do. It is terrifying.
Elias falls on his ass and wide-eyed and like shrieks like a little girl a little bit.
All right.
I do have a weapon ready. I might let loose an arrow.
Behold my ambassador!
Oh, God.
I did see a werewolf. Everyone be careful.
Emil in his hybrid werewolf voice. I am the ambassador of a dark mountain god. Why have you come here?
dark mountain god. Elias tries to find Rictavio and/or Esmeralda and give them a look, like if they know what's going on here.
Esmeralda starts casting a spell.
Elias or Esmeralda starts casting a spell.
Yeah, she's gonna start casting.
Drop the illusion.
All right. When you drop the illusion, all she sees is just another aware creature.
Nope, in her head. You liking the angle to dangle this time? I'm technically still just naked.
Okay. With that, she stops.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jack.
You also see Emil stand up straighter as, you know, a werewolf can, and cross his arms.
You screamed like a little girl. 4 years old, I'm thinking pigtails.
Yeah, that's about all right. What are you doing here?
Well, staying in the dungeon was swell, but then the swelling went down. This is Emil. He's gonna help me shove a potato up his wolf friend's ass.
Yes, I'd like to get out of here as soon as possible so we can get to that business.
Emil sounds familiar. Are you perhaps the husband to
Yes, he is the one that we went to look for.
Ah.
Jack said that you met my wife, Zuleika.
Yes, Elias produces the necklace they're supposed to show for the, you know, so they can trust us. That's only necessary.
When you produce the pendant, let's see, I got an image of that. The blue crescent moon pendant. Why do I have two images for this? Both the same thing. He actually reverts to his human form. And
God damn it, that probably would have made things a lot easier back there.
He says, "Let me see that." And he takes it in his hand and says, "This has been passed down through our pupil. For her to give these to you must make you true allies."
Yes, that is the intention, sir. We do seek your aid in conquering Strahd any way that we can. I see that you've already met Jack Motley, and he is quite the individual, but I'm glad you're getting along with him.
Jack throws an arm around him. We were prison cellmates.
Although I'm not pleased with the way Strahd has treated me, it would be foolish to mark him as an enemy. I seek only to usurp Grizzlemane and get back in the good standings of Strahd if I can, unless you make that unnecessary.
Indeed, I wouldn't disagree that standing against Strahd is crazy and ill-advised, but we do what we can. I do what I must as a man of God. But yes, I would prefer you keep that myself, as I don't feel comfortable holding it.
Oh, I wasn't going to give it back to you. And he puts it on.
Very well then.
Yep, and then he actually reverts into a natural wolf-like form. You still see the pendant dangling around his neck. And then he just kind of carries his clothes in his mouth, and it looks like he's probably warm this way. Emil brings his clothes over to Jack and just kind of drops them at your feet. You kind of get that he wants you to carry his clothes for him.
If I was Jack, I'd be like, "That's a good boy," and put the clothes on.
Fuck that. No, Jack is just very annoyed with you all. Look, do we really all look alike to you?
Elias?
What do you mean by that?
I got it. You've seen one Were Raven, you've seen them all. Just swap me out. I'm interchangeable. It's fine. So long as they've got feathers and attitude, they can be the new Jack.
I've never seen another were-raven in my life, but I've also never seen giant birds and goats.
Bullshit. Malthus.
I don't remember Malthus very well.
You remember in the Witch's Tower a long time ago, there was a raven that transformed that assisted you guys and gave you one of its feathers to give to the people at the tavern. Blue Water Inn.
Yeah, Elias says that was actually in character when Elias said that. That is true. I do recall Malthus now. It's been some time since we saw that guy. If it is a guy. But yes, Jack, it's good to see you again. I didn't know you would make it. I see that you have escaped Strahd, and we are, of course, up here
Would
to
there
find
ever
the...
really be any doubt? I mean, come on.
Apparently, this is the site of one of the rituals we need to undertake, so that works out quite well.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was. Just thematically, story-wise, that would make the most sense. I'm still expecting one of us to die at the climax, by the way. Don't worry, I'm volunteering.
I figured you would. How did you come here with your own volition straight away from the castle?
That is a true way to describe the events that transpired.
Oh, very perceptive man, as always. Although I wish you'd come to see us first, but, you know, this works as well.
Oh, I knew you'd be here. Bluff check, bluff check.
Wisdom again?
Sure, yeah, if you'd like to call his bluff.
He doesn't get it. I don't think. 12?
It depends on what he rolls. Let me roll it. Oh, he rolled a natural 1.
Okay,
No.
Elias knows Jack's bullshit.
No. I totally, I knew you'd be here. Yeah, that's it.
Well, okay, Jack, whatever. Well, the good news is that it worked out and you made a friend who also we needed to meet. This works out quite well. You were a prisoner at Strahd's castle then, both of you. He's trying to, well, he wants to talk to Email, but he can't. So can the wolf form like nod at him or something?
He doesn't look really responsive. It doesn't look like he's much of a conversationalist.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you seem to escape together. This works out quite well. We have a good party now.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of people in tow.
Yeah, we do. Okay,
well,
so
you're literally freezing out here, though. Especially Jack. Jack, you don't have any winter clothes.
I got fingers of flame. I'm good.
Don't know if that's gonna cut it.
Let's see if we got anything we could give Jack.
Emil seems to be staring at Mr. Jeeves.
Okay. Stare right back at him.
You see, he kind of swells up a little, like he's posturing.
Jeeves, I think you might be challenging your wolf head.
Okay. Let's go pet my head.
Yeah, don't make jokes. He will rip you apart.
Oh, I really like my hat, man.
It's an awesome hat.
It is an awesome hat. I put it in my pack.
You remember when we played Rust and they'd have those wolf heads?
Yeah.
Love those things. Oh, so you're taking it off out of respect?
Yeah, I guess. I'll put it back on when he's gone.
Huh, okay. Well, when you do that, he actually sits down.
No, that may be smart. Yeah, it could be offensive to another wolf.
How polite of you, Mr. Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
All right. Well, you gonna stand here and freeze to death? What are you guys doing next?
Well, I don't see anything in my inventory that can help Jack warm up, so let's just keep moving and try to use that at least to not freeze. So let's move north some more.
All right. I'll reveal on the map where you guys are right now. Let me just share that real quick. Yeah, you're here on this bridge, and I said north. Is that north? Where's my compass? Oh,
I think it's kind of east-west.
actually, yeah, it looks like north on the mini map, but it's actually farther up the mountain would be southeast. So you can begin ascending to even colder and higher heights, or turn back the way you came. But I mean, you've come this far.
Elias will say to Jack, "Will you be all right? It looks like it's getting colder."
Jack is just like jazz handing these candle flames around his body while he apparently is not hearing us. Jack, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, and that's basically what he's doing.
Okay.
Spirit fingers to freeze.
Well, let's keep going for now, and Elias thinks he's going to start taking turns wearing what he's wearing with the outer pelts that Archavia gave him, Van Richten. He'll probably start giving Jack his for a few minutes and then take it back, and they could both still be cold, but less cold than singular one of them freezing. He hasn't started doing that yet.
Jack says that's not necessary. And then he slides into it with him and puts his arm around Elias's waist.
Oh, God.
Pulls the cloak about him tight and says, "I've never felt so close to you," in his ear.
This is the Jack Motley I know. Elias gives him a nice tug towards him as well, and just goes along with it like nothing's wrong.
Oh.
Pinched his butt.
Oh, God. He's really going to test your limits there.
Did he really do that?
Yeah, of course he did.
Uh-huh.
So Elias stops walking for a second there and then stands still and stares at Jack, and he says, "Okay, don't do that."
As you wish, man of God.
Very well. Thank you.
My big brave knight.
Oh, Jack, it's been a long time.
We know what I can do with those words. Don't worry. Moving on.
Holy crap. This vampire villain in the Dungeon Master's Guide looks exactly like Matthias to me. That's really cool. Huh. I was just trying to look up wilderness survival, since you guys are starting to freeze. You're going to have one level of exhaustion, Jack, due to the cold. And what that does, I can't quite find that table at the moment. But
well, you heard what we're doing now, right? With him under my clothes and all that.
He said no need, right? Unless you're going to stay there.
No, what he's
I thought
doing
you
is
evicted him once you're...
No, what happened is instead of him accepting Elias's cloak from time to time, He's gotten inside Elias's clothes, and they're like hugging each other as they walk.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that I guess that's better than him being basically naked in his cloak, which he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my level 1 is disadvantage on ability checks.
Did you Google this?
I got 5. Yeah, I got my roll 20 up all the time. So
I see. Okay.
that's my
Well,
ability.
crap. Yeah, paper books. You are outdated. We don't need you anymore. Okay, well, with the DM guide on the floor, let's continue. You travel northward. No, not northward. It's southeast. Let's see. It's going to take quite a bit of time traveling on foot here. Unless did you guys bring your horse and carriage up this far? I'm not quite sure if you mentioned it.
I like to think we did,
But you would have had to leave it at the gate, right?
initially, yeah. Well,
We
yeah,
could-
with the flames.
We couldn't carry it over anyway.
Yeah, I don't think those horses would want to pass through that.
No.
Fire? No.
Okay. Eventually, you come up, winding around the mountains in all the snow. You find what looks to be 2 paths you could take. Both look completely untraveled, but these look like natural pathways. You could either head south or north.
Well, looks like 50-50 split.
Hmm.
What do you think? North?
Yeah, north map-wise.
All right. Yeah, north is actually up on this map. Sure. Okay. So 2 votes for north. Jack, what do you think?
Sorry, my thing's going in and out. What?
North or south pass?
North.
North. Okay, everybody's in agreement. Of course, Alexandra will disagree, but be outvoted. No, I'm just kidding. I really thought she'd be with us by now.
Yeah, it's getting late now.
Yeah, first one she's ever missed. All right, well, northwards you go, and I really don't want to do this next part without her, but
Is that? I think somebody just joined. That was her, yeah.
Yeah, it's just joy. Whoa.
oh, speak of the devil.
And she shall appear.
All right, So all you've missed is an anticlimactic giant bird fight and
There's a 9-foot giant.
giant goat fight. And now the party is all reunited, and you guys have found yourselves deep in the mountains, and you're surrounded by nothing but mist and snow up here.
It's very, very cold.
Low-hanging clouds, extremely cold. Jack is now reunited with the group. You also have a werewolf in wolf form, wearing that pendant that you guys had been given a while back. So, yeah, would you like to welcome Jack back? He sure made an interesting return. I'll have to catch up on that.
And just where the hell have you been?
He's here.
Jack's looking around like you didn't know before saying in a dungeon, then on a mountain.
We did kind of leave him to die at Strahd's castle. So, it's good to see it. As much as I wish he wouldn't grab my butt from time to time, but
Leave him to
sacrifices.
die. Do you truly have that little faith in his charisma?
I have a lot of faith, but Jack is very unpredictable. I knew he would be okay, but it seems like a
Yeah,
best
you got
case
a lot of
scenario.
faith in your friend Jesus, quote unquote. I can talk in your head too. I can die in a cross.
I'd
Or
rather
as
do
you know,
that.
I can even come back to life in 3 days.
Only one sacrifice is necessary, Jack, and that has been paid for.
Uh-huh. Is it the roaring voice? I can do roaring, except in his head as a roar.
Gentlemen, it's extremely cold. Can we please move on?
Well, I keep suggesting we warm things up, but the Crusader here doesn't.
Elias smiles.
Jack, you've been missed. Okay. So, eventually, heading through the North Pass, you will incur... Well, actually, no. Everyone's warm enough, I suppose. You don't want to be exhausted. But it's extremely cold here. In Fahrenheit, you would think it's about -10. So in Celsius, yeah, -23 degrees. You guys are as cold as you can be, but still, with the cloaks that Van Richten has provided, you can manage. Even if it requires a bit of uncomfortable cuddling. Alright.
Uncomfortable for who? Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I think he's fine with it.
Yeah, you're providing warmth too, so it works for both of you.
It's true. So what do we see here, Mike? What's going on?
I don't even have a map.
I am actually obscuring the map with a mask at the moment, but let me just show you.
Amber Temple.
Okay. So the road fades away under a covering snow, but it takes you enough to see the facade, or the facade, I can't read, the facade of some kind of temple carved into the sheer mountainside ahead. The front of the structure is 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot-tall statues. Each statue is carved from a single block of amber and depicts a faceless hooded figure, its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the two innermost statues is a 20-foot-tall archway with a staircase leading down.
Elias says, "What an impressive temple. I believe this is what we were looking for." And it leads one to wonder how someone could craft or even move something in this territory why it's so cold here. But he will approach the temple.
Alright, let me get you guys...
It's possible it wasn't always this cold here, remember. Moving dimensions changed a lot of things.
I'll just start placing you guys.
A good point, my cuddly bird friend.
Okay, I believe everybody's on the map now. Elias, you're stepping up first then?
Me plus Jack, yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys
We're
kind of
tied at the hip right now.
yeah.
It may be warmer in here, hopefully.
Sure. Alexandra and Jeeves, are you going with them?
Yep.
All right.
Indeed.
Everybody got the map up?
Yeah, I do.
All right, good deal. Okay, so the 3 NPCs will just kind of hang out in the back unless you guys ask them to do something while you explore. Elias, I'll say you and Jack are kind of in the front here, and the icy steps descend 10 feet into a time-ravaged hallway with arrow slits in the walls. Beyond the hall lies a vast sepulchral darkness.
Jeeves, check those arrow holes for traps.
Ah, shit, I can stick my head in there. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna check the traps.
All right, Mr.
That's how you
Jeeves.
seem to be solving most of your problems lately, bashing it with your face.
Hey, it works.
Sure. You rolled a perception. Let's see here. Was it 16?
Do you notice anything out of place on the floor, like kind of like traps or pressure pads? Or...
Yeah, I'm reading. You don't discover any traps. You can kind of peer into the rooms a little, though. It's very dark in there. So, without a source of light, you won't be able to see in.
I can solve that.
Sure, okay. So, Alex comes in with the whip, produces sunlight. Sunlight where it has never shone before. You can see on the other side of the arrow slits there next to you. Pretty good view of what appears to be some sort of empty room. It's got a 10-foot high ceiling and these arrow slits. Looks like some sort of guard room where people could attack you while you're in this small entryway with various, weapons and stuff through these slits. But that one doesn't reveal anything. It looks empty.
Any other?
On the other side, it looks very similar, like just a mirrored room from the other one. But slumped in the northeast corner looks like a skeleton wearing a blue wizard's robe and clutching a wand to its chest.
Ooh. Does Jack need a wand?
Yeah, is there any way to get into these rooms?
Not yet.
The arrow slits are pretty narrow.
Is there any entrances from the roof, or I don't see any doors?
We'd have to move in some more, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hall extends to the north. The rest of the party kind of moves in behind you.
Yeah, I was about to invite them in from out of the cold. The coast is clear so far, friends. Come in from the cold.
Sure. They start filing into this small hallway here.
Okay, well, Elias will walk up ahead of those two. See further in.
All right. It seems to be some sort of overlook. 20-foot wide balcony of black marble with a shattered railing overlooks a vast temple. Black marble staircases at each end of the balcony descend 30 feet to the temple floor. The vaulted ceiling is 30 feet above the balcony. The walls and ceiling are covered in an amber glaze, lending to the gloom and a golden sheen. A set of amber doors stands closed at the west end of the balcony. A similar pair stands open to the east.
Are we to investigate both?
I guess we should stick our head in the open end.
All right, Jeeves, you want to make your way that way, or?
I'm a good investigator. Yeah, I'm gonna go stealthily. I'm gonna
Okay.
go over there and stick my head through. checking for traps along the way.
All right, roll a perception and a stealth check.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord.
You feel like even if you're not stealthy, you're still stealthy. You're pretty good at sneaking around. But sure, you begin making your way to the open area, and you peer on in. It looks like this room is featureless, except for a rough-edged 10-foot diameter circular hole in the floor to the east, and empty torch sconces along the walls. Double doors of amber stand open to the north and the west. A single closed door lies just beyond the south of the western set of double doors.
Anyone want to take next step? You want me to keep poking my nose in?
Alex is pretty hurt, so she's not in any eager rush to run headlong into anything that can.
That's true. She does need some healing.
I can do a little bit of that. Let's see, I don't have much left.
I'm pretty sure Rictavio would have offered something as well.
Did you want to ask Octavio for something?
See if he could heal Alexandra some would be great.
Some healing.
Let's see. How much does he have left? Alright, so he's going to cast Cure Wounds. Alright, and let's see, what spell slot does he want to use for that?
He probably has Channel Divinity to use the healing feature that Elias has too, in addition to his spell slots. If he's a cleric.
Not sure if they really have classes like that. That's NPCs are a bit different.
For me, it's the first thing under powers.
He does use cleric spells. I just don't know if he has that feature. Let me see. No, it doesn't say that he does. However, he does have Cure Wounds. And he can actually cast that at a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to burn a level 3 slot. And that's going to allow that to... Let's see. Casting magic's always slow for me, I'm sorry. Plus, I have a lot of windows open. Spells, here we go. 1d8 plus the ability modifier, plus 1d8 extra for every spell slot above first. And his spell casting modifiers is wisdom. Alright, so Alexandra is healed for 13 points. So 33 points of wounds left.
Yeah.
You got that from 3d8s plus his modifier?
Yeah, he rolled a 3, a 2, and a 4, plus his modifier.
Damn. Okay.
He says that he can try again, though. If you'd like.
I do feel a little better. Thank you.
Well, there's no sense in letting you remain injured at all. Let me give it another shot. Alright, let me check his spell slots again. Yeah, he can actually do the same thing again. Alright. Maybe it'll be better this time. This time it was a 1, 5, and a 3, so 13 again.
Alright.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes the math easy. Let's see, it's 20. So
Take
20
any
wound
little
points
bit I
left.
can get.
I can try one more time, but...
Well, I am out of actions. I've burned all my superiority dice. I need to finish a short rest before I can do anything else. So if we come up against anything else, I'm going to need all the HP I can get.
Very well, then. Here's one more. 19 points that time. So
Oh,
you're
nice.
virtually fully healed. Okay. Yeah, you guys were kind of outside of that room, talking about all that healing.
I'm inside it.
Right, you and Jack are together, and Mr. Jeeves is at the doorway there. Jeeves, you can
Elias?
kind of see to the south a bit, too.
Elias is going to investigate the hole in the middle of the room to see if he could figure out what that's all about.
So you're just going to peek over?
Yeah, look into it.
Alright, let me see here. Looks like this shaft has abundant handholds. It looks like you could climb down it without any ability check even. But it looks like you might have to make a bit of a drop at the bottom of it if you were to go down it. But it looks like there may be a room or something down there.
Jack, are you feeling warmer now? Would you like to investigate that?
How wide is the hole?
It's about 5 feet wide. Maybe a bit less.
Sure.
So, Jack, you're descending?
Yes.
How would you like to do so? You can easily climb down, but, you know.
Climb down.
All right. Let me look up at that next part of the map. Multi-floored maps always have me jumping around, you know, place to place on this, so... Let me check this other map and mask it so I don't reveal everything at once. Is that seriously? Oh, it is. Interesting.
Oh, good.
That sounds promising in a
Yeah,
good or bad way.
The
Let me
DM
move.
is laughing. It's a bad thing.
Not necessarily.
No, she's right. Alright, Jack. You get down the shaft. Let me reveal this here. Suppose I can turn some of these images off. Alright, that should be showing up on Twitch. And the room description here.
Is it like misshapen avocados?
Yeah. This room has walls of glazed amber, a floor of red marble, and a rough-hewn shaft in the center of its 10-foot high ceiling that you just ascended. 3 amber sarcophagi stand in alcoves, and above each sarcophagus floats a human skull wreathed in green flame. And
Uh-oh.
I need you to roll initiative, Jack, so I guess I'll do that for you since you're not in the program at the moment. Everybody roll initiative, actually. They're
Oh,
only
no.
one floor below. Let's see. Initiative is +4.
My initiative
you rolled a
sucks, but I'm
4.
not climbing down there.
Mine is worse.
Jack, you rolled a 4 and you get +4, so yours is 8. Interesting. I rolled... I rolled even lower than that for the monsters, so... you got lucky on that initiative roll.
Does that mean he has time to fly back up out of the hole?
Well, I mean, yeah, he'll get a chance to act. However, let me see here. There's
I'm
a lot
thinking-
of text I have to read about this room. Okay.
The
So
way
the-
I'm picturing this and the way it's described reminds me a lot of a Castlevania 3 boss, but we're going to see if I'm right. Pretty soon.
Well, he sees 3 of these.
Flame skulls. Oh shit.
Yeah, those are not good news.
Are they undead?
I would think so.
Cursed. Undead. Deadly. Yeah.
All of the above. All right, Jack, what would you like to do, sir? You have 3 flame skulls basically surrounding you right now.
He left.
Nope, the fuck out.
Run away! Run away!
He's like, nope, no thanks.
He noped out.
Yeah, flame skulls are really tough monsters. I guess they're kind of bosses.
Well, if he doesn't come back soon, it might be a good place to end anyway.
Oh, yeah, we did get started late, but it is almost 10.
Sorry.
I think he should come back up the hole.
I think so too.
Yeah, I really do too, but that's up to him.
He can fly if he needs to.
He's probably gonna stay down there and talk to him.
It seemed like such a nice temple too. Yeah. I should have known that the hole in the floor is really dangerous.
They always are.
Yeah. If anything, he'll probably try to rag on them for stealing his gimmick with the green flame.
Yeah.
Somebody's a fan of green flame around here. Besides Jack.
I think that's Chris Perkins. Or the artist, I don't know. Green flame skulls have always had green flames, though, and they make total sense to be here, so...
Are they human-sized or bigger or what?
Yeah, they're human-sized.
Do they have fangs?
Nope. No fangs.
So not...
They have glowing fiery eyes and green flames surrounding their floating skulls.
Yes, can I get a knowledge arcana check?
Sure, go ahead. Oh,
You're
that's
rolling.
me, that's me. I miss you being in Fantasy Grounds.
Me too.
Let's see. Arcana, is that a +4? An 18. You may have read somewhere that people can be transformed into undead that actually have intelligence. You think this may be something of that sort?
Okay, so for Logan's edification, demi-liches.
No, they're not demi-liches. You're not that screwed.
Oh, yeah, they're not with each other.
Breaking up, man.
They're
Oh boy. Could anyone translate that?
Creaking robot voice asking a question.
Damn you, technology! You're doing so good for us tonight.
to hang out with each other.
Maybe you should type it. I'll read it.
I think I heard him say he wants to hang out with him.
Something like that, yeah.
They're not the hang out with each other types.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they're not the hangout together types. I heard that one. I heard that line. But what would you like to do?
Are they attacking yet?
You don't know. It's your round, right? I mean, you got the initiative on them.
Has the way above closed?
No, it's still just a hole. It's 10 feet up though. To get up to that.
I got wings.
You do got wings. Would you like to transform and fly up?
As far as I know, I'm still transformed.
He's still hybrid, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So, up.
Okay. Up you go. Once you get up, where do you want to go?
Hang out with the party, be like, so there's 3 flaming skulls down there. Don't know if they're friendly or not. Don't like my chances.
Good. They can stay there.
I was, all ready to fight a big-ass bird, but 3 skulls, man.
I agree.
That does sound dangerous. Hopefully they won't pursue us.
Elias, you can't move yet.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
All right, so that's Jack's turn. Jack, you just taking a movement? No spells or anything?
Jack shrunk down very, very tiny.
Oh, hey, I think I just crashed OBS. Can I get a confirmation on Twitch?
It's like circle loading, not doing anything.
All right, let me. I hope that doesn't mess up our recording.
It seems to be going. Yeah, it's still circle loading.
Fantasy Grounds is saying post connection lost, reconnected.
Oh boy.
Yeah, same
Okay.
here.
Well, technology has turned against us, but it is 10 o'clock. So how about we just pick up here next week, as the green skulls will begin to rise up out of the hole.
Okay.
Oh, hey, it says reconnection successful. Twitch confirmation?
No. Well, let's see.
Seems to be going fine now.
Move the flame skull windows real quick. Yeah.
Yep, it's working.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we can go a little longer then. Right, so that's Jack's turn. Jack, did you want to cast any spells or anything before your turn is over? You just took a movement.
Just reunite with the party. Be like, flaming skulls. If I can see them coming, be like, they're following me.
Okay.
Pretty nonchalant, pretty chill. Just so this is a thing.
Yeah. So, Jack got to go kind of first. I mean, even though Mr. Jeeves and stuff has better initiative, but this is kind of like a surprise round. So the flame skulls actually rise up out of the hole now, and
Yeah, that's them. Hi, boys.
yeah, and they chatter in some sort of I don't know. It sounds unnatural laughter, and says, "Hi," and they start to shoot flames at you. So let me put these guys on the map here. They're very small, actually. Let me reduce their size some. This one here. And this one here. When I do that, does that update everybody's view? It doesn't look like it. It looks like this is in the way here.
Yeah.
Just close
I can
that.
see it.
Alright. Alright, so the first one is just going to cast a ray of fire at Jack. It misses, however, but it's actually going to do it twice. That second one's a hit. Jack, you take 14 points of magical fire damage. Actually, yeah, it is magic. Just wanted to double check there. Actually, let me triple check. Hold on. Fire ray. No, I think that's just regular fire damage. How does that work with your regeneration, Jack? Fire? Does it have to be... I guess it is magic, huh? I don't know.
Okay, being completely objective, I'd probably rule it as magical fire.
Yeah, I think we've run into that before, and it did not regenerate.
We have dealt with this before during the trap.
Yeah.
Alright. Sure, okay. So, yeah, bad fire. The second Flame Skull is going to do something a little different. It's going to cast a spell on itself. And you see some sort of magical barrier kind of protect it. So it uses that. Which one is... There we go. And the third one is going to cast a fireball at Elias and Jack. So make a dexterity saving throw. I'll make it for Jack.
Okay, I might need my +1 from the luck stone for this.
Sure, just do a +1 down there in the modifier box.
Quick question, Mike.
Yes.
Would these things start their turns taking damage from the sunlight?
If sunlight damages them?
You said they were undead.
Yeah, does sunlight destroy every undead? No. Anyways, about that dexterity save, Jack, you are going to roll this. A 2. You rolled a 2, and modified, that's a 6. So, no luck for you. What about you, Elias?
Okay.
Ooh, a natural 20.
Ooh.
I'm going to say on a natural 20, you completely dodge. However, Jack's going to take the full brunt of the fireball. Ooh, this is going to hurt.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
Yeah, I rolled basically all 1s and 2s. A 2, a 2, a 4, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, and a 2. For 16 points of damage. Still, Jack is feeling the burn. That was not good. Okay, now the regular round of initiative can start. Mr. Jeeves, you are first. You just witnessed a barrage of fire against Jack and Elias.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna take a shot at the one I can see. One next to Elias.
All right.
That should be sneak attack too.
Yeah, somebody within 5 feet there threatening it.
Actually,
I don't get advantage on.
Mark, the one
Regular attack.
the one next to Elias Mark has a magical barrier on it.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
In that case, then I'll... Whoa, I got advantage on that. I don't know why I got advantage on that. What happened there? Why did I get disadvantage?
You rolled on the one that is shielded, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled on the one that... okay, I rolled on the one next to...
Elias.
Oh, crap. I got Elias and Jack backwards. I thought Elias was at the bottom. Shit. I meant to roll on number 1. Did I roll again? Alright, I missed.
Well, I mean, that's not what you meant to do. So
Yeah, I meant for number 1 at the bottom, but...
go ahead, just redo it.
Alright, thanks. Oh my god.
Even worse.
Oh.
Why does this seem familiar?
All right, roll again. Roll another attack, but this time on Jack.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Natural 20. Okay.
Oh my god.
Now, not sneak attack damage, but just roll regular. Just roll regular damage on Jack.
Oh, poor Jack.
Why'd that double up?
Jeeves, I'm mad at you.
Why did that double? Oh, because critical.
All right.
Okay. That could have been worse.
Yeah. Jack, you are on fire, and then suddenly you feel an arrow pierce through your back. Do you think that damage from that will heal, though, on your turn? So I'm just going to go ahead and heal it now, actually.
Jack literally says, Jeeves, I'm mad at you.
I'm gonna roll stealth and like back out the room.
Go ahead if that's what you want to do. All right,
You
19
fail.
stealth and you're out. Okay, very well. Emil will
Wasn't me.
Emil will turn into his hybrid form, and 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can get here and attack one of the flame skulls. So he's just going to attempt to claw at one. And hits. Alright. A little bit of damage on that one then, from the hit. Jack, it is now your turn. You healed your damage from the arrow that you pulled out. And now what would you like to do? You got 30 points of damage. You have 49 total hit points. Maximum.
Breaking up again.
We can't hear you, Logan. You're going all robot.
Heard that.
We heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, given it was still crap
It was still
quality.
distorted crackly, but yeah, we heard it.
Really good damn.
Get in the middle of them and swing the Mace of Terror at the shielded one.
Okay, you can't pass through their squares they threaten.
Can't I go over them?
They're in the middle of the hole anyway.
So you want to fly above them? Let me check the
As far
height.
as I know, I was still flying.
The ceiling is 20 foot high, so if you want to get above them, yeah, I'll allow it. Alright, so you're flying above them, and you're going to use the Mace of Terror on the flame skull that is shielded.
Yes.
Alright. The Mace of Terror.
As in just swing
It
it.
hits. Yeah, it hits. You do 1d6 plus 1 bludgeoning magic. You rolled minimum damage, and it made a successful save against something. What does that mace do? Huh, hold on.
I think Jack said he had to, or Logan said he had to activate or invoke the thing first.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it had to roll
do.
a... Oh, there was a concentration check. Oh, it just had to roll for concentration, I guess. I didn't
Maybe to
realize
maintain its-
shield was a concentration spell.
That makes sense.
Is it? That's weird. Let me double check here. Shield. It does not say it's concentration. It would be under the duration. Oh, actually, it cast blur, and that is a concentration one. Yeah, it actually had cast a different spell other than shield. So, all right, Jack, you did connect and hit. Did you want to use the effects of the mace? I can read them for you if you'd like.
I know what the effects are. It's frightened, right?
Well, I need to read them myself, to be honest. It says it has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action. You already spent your action to attack. To expend 1 charge to release a wave of terror, each creature of your choice in a 30-foot radius extending from you must succeed on a 15 wisdom saving throw or be frightened for a minute. When frightened, they try to move as far away, and it can't take reactions. It can only use its actions to dash or try to escape.
Yeah, but I got this strong feeling that that's not going to work with these things.
I don't see why not.
Well,
Builders.
I mean, it's not this round that you would even be able to try it on, since it requires an action to use, and you use your attack to hit it.
Okay.
Alright, next up, unless you had did you want to do anything else this round?
No, that's it.
Alright. Alex, your whip is still producing sunlight. Did you want to look into that room before you engaged in combat, or just go for it?
Looking in the room would require an action. I think I'm just going to attack these things and kill them first. I don't want to lose Jack.
Okay.
So she's going to move away from the door. And she's going to swing at the one that was attacking Jack in the first place.
That's a hit.
Definitely.
Alright, nice heavy damage on the first
Does
hit
it
there.
take the extra D8 for being undead, or?
Yes, it does. Excellent.
And again.
That's a hit?
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Still 19.
I mean, you got a plus 10.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Alright, yeah, that's enough to do it. That flame skull, let me see. Let me read what happens here. Yeah, you crush the skull with the whip, and it shatters into several bits of bone and falls down the hole. So good job on that one. Anything else with your turn?
No, I think that's it.
Alright, Flame Skull's turn. This is the one that had cast Blur earlier. Let's see here. Yeah, it's going to cast Fireball on everybody in this radius. It may even feel the effects of this itself. So, I need dexterity saving throws from Alex, Elias, and I'll make one for Jack. Whew. Wow, natural
Wow,
20.
20.
I'm going to say no damage for you then.
Hoot.
16 plus 1, 17. That is successful. And then Emil, I guess I got to do one for you, buddy. What, Amber? What, just... Okay, great. I don't care.
I need to charge my
We'll
phone,
do
so
it.
I unplug it.
That's
Sorry,
fine.
I just...
Alright. Saving throw for Emil is a 20. He's fine. Not a natural 20. And... Let's see. Jack. Need to make one for you, too. Ooh, a natural 20 for you.
Ooh.
Alright, and then let me see how it affects these guys. Okay. Alright. So let's see. Alex, you're getting no damage. Emil, you're getting what? Half damage. Elias, what'd you roll? I can't remember.
I succeeded, so I get half damage.
Alright, half damage for you, and then Jack, what did I roll for you? Jack. I know I rolled one for him. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I did. I did. I rolled good for Jack. I rolled a natural 20 for Jack.
So he dodges it though.
Yeah, he dodged it. Alright, so half damage coming. Half that. Alright, 18 damage on Elias. And 18 damage on Emil. Alright. The next Flame Skull. How many of those does he get? Haha. Alright. Alright, a slightly different spell, but still very fiery. Let me read the difference here. Five-foot diameter sphere of fire appears. Oh, it's got to be an unoccupied space? Are you kidding me? Okay, he's not going to do that. That sucks. I thought it was just like a smaller fireball.
Our 20s have been wasted.
No. This is the next
one.
one. Yeah, this is another one. It's going to use a couple of rays of fire. Let's see. I think Jack is the obvious target since it's flying above him and hitting him with a mace. So Flame Skull number 3 is going to fire Ray Jack, and it's a hit for 8 points of damage. Jack, you are not feeling too good.
I think I'm going to trigger Sentinel for that one.
Yeah, are you within range to it? You have to be in.
Regular whip, yes. Regular whip is 10 feet.
Yeah, that you're not equipped. You don't have that equipped. It's not even your round to switch into a new weapon. So, I mean, if it was right next to you, you could hit it. But switching weapons and then hitting it. No, I think it has to be in your range. Sorry. Its second fire ray misses Jack. Alright, Elias, it's your turn.
Well, I couldn't touch Jack to kill him if I wanted to, from how the whole orientation looks right now. That'd be correct, right?
He's high up. He's above these
He's
flame
in air
skulls.
anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of the flame skulls have been damaged, or the flame skull number 2 has been hurt a little bit, right?
A very little bit, yeah.
Very little, yeah. Do enemies like these get melee attacks of opportunity?
You haven't seen them make a melee attack yet.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Well, Elias is going to chance it, I guess, and move a bit away, like towards the door, and then once he gets there, the idea is to cast Sacred Flame on them.
Okay. So without disengaging, you're going to see if they can make an attack of opportunity. That's a good question. Let's see. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it doesn't get an attack of opportunity against you. So go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. They don't have arms and legs and weapons. Okay. I'm going to try Sacred Flame on skull number 3.
Woo! I see a failure. That's a save failure.
Okay, great. Oh, good.
Yeah, good damage there.
What is this music playing?
I don't know.
It's Castlevania.
It had vocals.
Oh, well, it was supposed to be Bloody Tears cover.
Oh.
It was probably at the end of a video, someone just plugging the rest of their stuff.
Oh, yeah, it might be there like there. I've heard of some
Yeah.
people talking. Yeah, that's what it was. That's the end of Elias's turn.
All right. Esmeralda's turn. All right, she's going to walk in. And let's see, how far are they? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Maybe she'll just walk in just a little bit farther. And what's she going to do? Huh. She has a lot of cool spells, but I'm not gonna cast that one. We're just gonna go with good old Lightning Bolt. And she is going to cast it at Flame Skull 3. It's failed its save, so she's zapping it. Oh, for 28 points of damage. Excellent, Esmeralda. Alright, Rictavio, or Rudolph Van Richten, rather. He'll run into the room, and let's see what he's got. He's already used all his Cure Wounds. Oh, that's a touch spell. Man, he's got a lot of good stuff here, but...
But nothing you'd want to waste on a green flaming skull.
I think it's mostly, like, stuff you have to touch people with.
Does he have a damage cantrip like Elias?
Guidance? Is that? No, that's not offensive.
He could throw his cane at them.
Probably wouldn't be very effective.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good either. Huh. Wow. Yeah, okay, so he pulls the sword out of his cane. It looks like he's got a sword cane, hidden weapon. And it looks like he's ready to fight, but he's not really close enough to do anything at this point. He already healed up a lot from Alexandra earlier. He used a lot of his spell slots too. So he was kind of useless. Sorry, Mr. Jeeves. It's a new round, and you're first to go. You are fairly confident that no one can see you where you're at, that you're effectively hidden.
Yeah. So that one to the north nearest Alex's shielded.
The one that's most damaged is the one that's kind of farthest away.
Alright, let's take a shot from that.
Alright, you'll have to move into the room to get a clear shot. You're behind a wall.
Get back in here, you blind coward.
Blind?
I'm gonna start
Oh,
doing
'cause he couldn't see.
lights
Because he
down.
shot Jack
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and her.
It happens.
He
I
hasn't
can
hit
do it
me yet.
again.
Ooh,
such a-
nice.
Just wait.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit, man.
They got a vent on that? They got a vent on that one.
Don't forget to sneak attack that.
Yeah, you can sneak attack it.
Why? Oh, Jack's there.
Yeah, Jack's...
On top of it.
Alright, be good, be good.
Woo! Look at that
Wow.
damage. Very
Not
nice,
dead
sir.
yet, though.
Alright, yeah, you think that you've almost got that one completely done with. It kind of spins from the force of the arrow smacking it. It dips down, but it bobs back up slowly.
Alrighty.
We'll say you redeemed yourself of that one.
Yeah. Just wait
Alright,
till next time.
Emil's gonna run to the other side of Alex, and he is going to claw at that one right in front of him. It's a hit. Alright. A little bit of damage as he claws into the flame skull.
He only
Jack,
gets
you're...
one attack.
After moving... Actually... No, he does get 2 attacks.
You gave him one last round.
He moved a long way, but I think I was thinking of old 3.5 edition where you can't do your full rounds of attacks, your like multiple attacks if you moved. But hey, it's a new rule set, so multi-attack is multi-attack. The second one's a miss though, unfortunately.
Alright.
Jack, you're up. Jack, you're not feeling too great.
But there's a skull that's almost dead right next to you.
Hang back, Jack.
Sigh.
We can take care of this.
Okay. Jack flies to the corner of the room and then points at the one that is almost points at the one that's almost dead and fires Eldritch Blast at him. That's 2 attack rolls.
Let me just look up here your actions.
Good old Black Lightning.
Eldritch Blast, where are you? There you are. at the one that's hurt.
Yes.
All right, one's a miss. But you get a second one, right? So
Yep.
Yes.
To attack.
that one's a hit. And the damage. Let's see.
1d10 plus 4.
Okay. That's enough. That one explodes into little bits of bone shard. Its flame extinguished.
Benite, fuck you!
All right, Alex. There's only one left, and it's right next to you.
And she's had just about enough of it.
That's a hit.
Why was that a
It has,
disadvantage?
it has a shield. Yeah.
It's
Wow.
blurred. Yeah.
Still hit anyway.
It did. It hit. All right.
And the 18.
Yeah. Let me add that.
14 total.
Ooh. Here it is. That's a critical hit. Oh no, that was a success of concentration. Never mind. What happened? I thought you rolled a second attack.
I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
rolled the second attack yet.
I guess it just lagged on that concentration success. There we go. That's still a hit. All right. Quite a bit of damage over here. Actually, that's enough to do it. How do you want to finish this one off?
She's going to swing the whip in an arc around Emil and slash directly across its jaw, splitting its skull in half, exploding it into a ball of green fire that dissipates with ash.
Excellent. And that will do it for tonight. Well, actually, what do you guys want to do next before we
Rest.
move on?
I'm gonna touch Jack to heal him a bit.
He's gonna touch Jack.
I'm going to touch Jack all night.
Oh, God.
All right, let's see. And I'll get some healing from that too, since I have a feature that heals me.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's gonna feel good for both of us.
Sexual healing.
You're a little too excited about this idea.
This is her fantasy. No, I don't know.
No,
This is-
God, no.
This is fantasy grounds.
You go. We
Oh,
need more fan
Lord.
art.
Oh, God.
Oh no! Don't do it, you guy. Don't do it.
He's totally gonna do it.
All right. Healed 14 points of damage. That's going to heal a little bit on yourself, right?
Yeah, I need to. Let's see. Ballistic healer is how much is 2 plus the spell's level, so just 3. So just restore 3 wound points to me.
Okay.
Mike.
Done. I think if you expand that with the little magnifying glass, it might have a little healing thing you can do with that.
No, it's
Trying to
just
remember
under my features. It's not. It doesn't have anything in the abilities.
Yeah, you can actually like create one though. Probably need to give Fantasy Grounds more love when it comes to setting our stuff up.
What are you up to, old man?
Who, me or Ricavio?
Sure. That's specific enough.
I'm not as old as Ricavio. I'm a young man.
Whose shoulder is she leaning right over right now?
I'm just gonna poke this door.
Oh, okay.
He's going to poke the door. He's not going to open it, he's just going to poke it.
Checking for traps on my way. Yes.
Roll a perception. All right. Yeah, you don't think there's any traps here. You want to open the door?
Yeah.
All right, and open the door you do. Inside, shattered bits of wood cover the floor of this frigid 20-foot square room.
Wow. Okay. Nothing else in there?
I don't know. You haven't gone in.
He's tempted. Listen to him.
I'm debating. Weighing the odds. It's like something exploded in there, but.
Whoa.
What are you doing, Elias?
I'm trying to figure out how to make this the thing in my
The
ability.
6 vampires popped out and tried to attack you.
Yeah. Alright.
He went in.
You going in?
Yeah.
Roll a perception check.
Ugh.
Let me see here. That's always a good sign, right? When I have to pause for a while.
Yeah. Oh. There we go. Just good assistance.
No, she just leaned over his shoulder and be nosy. You can't just switch places. You can't just grab her and shove her into the room.
Oh, Alex, did you go in and search?
She was leaning in the doorway and leaning over his shoulder to look around.
If you're not willing to enter, I'm going to say that you get a really good look of the room, but you're not really exploring it if you're just peeking your head in.
Fine, she'll go in, she'll follow him.
Okay. Well, with that roll then, you find a secret door that leads into the guard room kind of to the west.
Oh, what now?
So you
Kinda
find a
click that.
secret door on this wall, and it leads into the next room where the arrow slits are.
Cool.
Yeah, and in there you see, looks like a blue wizard robes clad skeleton clutching a wand to its chest.
Why do I have a feeling you're going to try to take the wand? And why do I have a feeling that when you try to take the wand, that thing is going to wake up and attack us?
I'm gonna take the wand.
All right.
As I knew you would.
Grinning the whole time. Nothing
Aw.
ventured, nothing gained.
I don't have that. I don't have that that image. I could probably find it on Google real quick. How about you? I haven't had you guys identifying, but Jack, do you have identify? Jack, you with us?
He's all
Kinda with
nobody.
us. Mr. Cheese, I'm just gonna go to your inventory here for now, and
Okay.
I'm gonna add an item called 13.01.x2b Skeleton's Wand. And once you get that identified, I'll tell you
okay,
more about
sure.
it.
Alright, that works. Alright, I'm just gonna. Is there anything else in here? I guess not, but.
Are you going to dig through his pockets and further desecrate his
I
corpse?
was about to say, are the robes warm looking?
Yes, actually, they do look pretty warm. It looks like this wizard may have froze to death, though, just from the way he's positioned. So, as warm as it may have been, the cold eventually won. And my OBS studio disconnected from Twitch again.
Did anyone look through those 3 other sarcophagi?
No, you had fled that area. Do you want to go back down there?
Sure.
I was hoping you would say that. That's where I wanted to leave off tonight.
Take a look, anyway.
Okay.
Did you catch what I said about identify
No, I didn't.
as a ritual?
Ah, okay.
That'll work.
What was that,
I'm gonna
Mr.
take
Cheeves?
the robes anyway.
Yeah,
You're-
I'm probably gonna need a rest here soon anyway.
All right, so you take the wizard's robes. You can just add blue wizard robes, Mr. Cheeves, if you'd like, to your inventory. And I will go down to that second level again. Let me get that image back up. And reconnection successful. We are back again streaming to Twitch. Okay, so I'm gonna say, Jack, you've made it back down to the sarcophagi. What would you like to do? This room has walls of glazed amber, a floor of red marble, a rough-hewn shaft in the
Try and
center.
open the sarcophagi.
All right, there's 3 of them. One to the south, one to the west, and one to the east.
First to the left.
First to the left, depending on which way you're
Call
standing.
it south.
So. Okay, so the south. All right, south sarcophagus. You hear a voice in your mind that speaks. I am Galamoth, master beyond time. Do you think you can withstand the true power of the storms? Because that's what I can offer you. A name for yourself as a storm, at least while you can survive.
I see. Okay, last time I did this, I became something's priest and bitch, so... I've got a bubbling personality and a sparkling sense of humor. Is that enough?
Do you accept my gift?
Don't do
I got a feeling this is a very bad idea.
Yeah.
But he's gonna do it anyway.
It is very interesting, I must say.
Can you define further?
There's silence.
I swear to God, the name sounds familiar.
Uh-oh.
True Castlevania fans know.
Yep.
You remember in Symphony the big lizard thing with the lightning staff? And the bottom
Oh, good
of the
God.
catacombs? Yeah, that's...
I already said I accept.
Oh, you accept? I did not hear that. All right.
I didn't either.
One side of your face sags and loses all feeling, and you can now cast lightning bolt 3 times.
Jack puts his hand up to his face, sighs, reaches into his inventory, pulls out the wooden mask, and puts it on.
All right.
I knew I'd have use for this again someday.
Well, you do get 3 sweet lightning bolt spells.
I'm also assuming there's a price coming more later.
Well,
Do those count as spell slot uses or separate from that?
they're separate. They're completely
They're
separate.
separate.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah. I'll just go ahead and note in your actions. Let's see if I can create another one. Create item. Let's see. Where'd it go? This is hard. I'm just gonna not do this. I'm gonna go down to your notes tab, and I'm gonna say cast lightning bolt. Alright, I got all that noted. There are 2 other sarcophagus here. What's everybody else doing?
Alex had already moved up back to the door she was originally trying to explore.
All right.
Elias is moving to the hole because he's concerned about Jack going back down there.
All right. So to the north of Alexandra, in that room, glazed amber covers the wall of this 20-foot wide, 70-foot long arched corridor. The amber doors at both ends of the hall stand open. A closed door is in the middle east wall, and 3 arrow slits are cut into the wall across from it. Cracks in the marble of the floor run the length of the hall. And next was Elias. Elias, you peer down the hole, and you see Jack wearing a mask now. Emil is going down the hole now. He's crawling down. It doesn't really require too much effort, just a 10-foot drop at the bottom. And he says, "What do we have here?"
Buried treasure. How good are you at grave robbing?
You're way up in the north.
I know, I'm just being smart ass.
What are you doing, Mr. Jeeves?
That's a good question.
What was said?
I'm asking... Oh, Emil asked, what do we have here, as he comes down there and joins you.
Sarcophagi, he says. This one gave me lightning.
They bestow power. Let me see.
At a price.
Do what now, Jack? You... Lightning? What are you talking about? Elias
Don't worry. Nothing too Faustian, but I should probably be the only one to open the rest of them.
Elias descends the hole as well to see what's going on down here.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Jeeves? What are you doing?
I'm keeping an eye on Alex.
All right. And Rictavio and Esmeralda will stay with you guys. All right, so you're down there with them, Elias. What would you like to do?
I'm just keeping an eye on Jack because he says he's going to open these sarcophagus. So I want to make sure he doesn't get in any, too much danger.
Okay. Well, Jack, you can go now. You can see that Emil is probably about to see what he can do with these.
Open the one to the north.
The north is a door, but there's
Then
one,
open
there's one to
whichever
the east and
other
west.
one.
Choose east or west.
East.
All right. Hello, traveler. You stand before... let me see. Yeah. You stand before Dogathur, the soul hungerer. I offer you complete control over death. A great power it is, but it has a price. And whenever you use it, you'll also collect the price to be paid.
I accept.
All right. When you accept, your eyes glow a sickly yellow, and you gain the trait, if I help someone, I will, I'll tell you the rest privately. And
Okay.
you gain a powerful benefit, of which I'll just tell you this stuff in Discord, okay?
Okay. At the end here.
I'll go ahead and do that now, actually. Let's see. Send message. Where is that?
Complete the set, by the by.
Do you want to get all three?
Yes.
All right. Let me send you this message for... Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you're getting another one. I'll just have to type it too. No, I want to go ahead and do it. All right. So your new character trait. Let me just move this over here to the screen. All right. I think you'll like that one. So then you turn to the one to the west. And you hear, "My name is Acmodian, King of Poxes. I bid you to accept my gift. It is one of great power. You will be known as one who controls health and disease at your command. Your name will reek of power. Do you accept?"
In the name of God and the death of Strahd, I do.
All right. You begin to reek of filth, and you can now cast the contagion spell 3 times. I'll add that to the notes on your character sheet. And the other one was, your eyes glow a sickly yellow. Right, and then wow, I made the same typo as I did in the personal message. Alright, all notes have been added to your character's note page.
Jack has all sorts of crazy, obscure, random abilities nowadays. So
Emil
Elias is
says, "I sense nothing," and he's touching one of the sarcophagus like he saw Jack do. "They do not offer me power."
Yep, just crazy Birdman talk. Don't worry.
"You got to them first on purpose."
But take my mask off in front of him and only him, and then put it back on.
Elias, you're down there with him, right? It's pretty small quarters.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, if I'm not there, I'm very soon coming down. I was behind Emil.
Yeah, you're down there with him. You reek of filth, and your eyes through the mask are obvious. If you want to reveal your sagging face, I mean, it'll be against his your stealth versus Elias's perception.
Or I could silent image a wall between us.
Yeah, that's true too. Sure, okay, you do that, and you show Emil. He just kind of looks in disgust a little. He says, "I'm sure that's worth whatever price you paid."
What is that smell?
That's me. Look at Emil. Have you ever heard the term Faust?
No.
Suffice to say, most deals with things like this don't end well.
So you've accepted gifts from the dead in exchange for powers, as I understand it.
All right, I think this is a good spot for us to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Jack Motley starting down a dark path.
Starting my ass.
Well, I hope you like what I sent there. I think that was a pretty powerful one.
The first one, is that 3 times period or 3 times a day?
3 times period.
Still good. Ish.
Yeah, we might be done with the adventure by the time we get to use all 3 of them.
Nah. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Use it where you can.
Hey, Elias. I'm a priest 4 times over.
You certainly don't smell like one.
Put the mask back on, or I suppose I've already got it back on, and then start back up.
All right. You do notice a door to the north.
Open the damn door.
All right. That's the first thing we'll do next week.
Okay. I'm sure it's
And-
something pleasant and amazing.
Well, actually, I think Alexandra, we might check back up on where she went before, or the first thing next week. But all right, yeah, lots of stuff happened there at the end, right there, all of a sudden.
All right.
Very interesting. All right, guys, it's a good game, and I'll see you next week.
Later.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.